Knickles.
Joe, how are you doing tonight?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Is this better phone-wise?
This sounds good.
Good. Good.
So what's the name of the work you're doing now? What title do you have for the teaching that you do?
It's called Launch.
Launch.
It's right, like launch your music. That's the idea behind it.
And how far are you up there in Maine?
I'm up in Brunswick, about a couple of hours above Boston, about 45 minutes above Portland on the coast.
Oh, that's not too far.
No, not at all. We get around, so we're thinking of locating down to Boston, actually.
When would that be, Peter?
When would that be?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Probably we need to wrap up a few more things here. We're doing some test marketing, some focus groups of some classes here at my offices, and we'll see how that goes. We may be down there as early as the fall.
Do you know Ron Belante?
Of course.
So Ron's doing something. I had him on a panel back in October for the IBS College Radio Conference.
Okay.
Charlie Farron, Rick Hart, Ron Belante, myself, Jeff Mastroberti from New Jersey. It was great. It was over at Simmons College. You know what? I should have you on the panel next year. It's in like November.
Okay.
I don't want to think that far off, but I'll invite you. You're invited to the November conference.
Okay.
If you can do it. I'm just throwing it at you. I'm glad you know Ron. So Ron's got quite an operation going up there in wherever he is. He has a loft, and he does a lot of anti-drunk driving stuff with CDs on the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it lately.
Yeah. That and this anti-bully work. Yeah.
Cool.
Really.
I guess we're all connected on Facebook these days, right?
I guess so. Although, actually, I keep mine low because until I'm ready to launch, I want to keep the space open since you're limited to 5,000 people.
Right, but you can open a separate page where you can invite tons, right?
Yeah, you can, fans, but they don't get the same, the shares and whatnot. It doesn't happen in the same way.
It confuses me. I've been on it for years now. I still can't figure the thing out, so I just do what I do. Happy birthday to anyone who has a birthday, you know?
That's true.
So, do you know my friends up there at Tourmaline Music in Bethel, Maine? Ted and Connie St. Pierre.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So,
Yeah.
how far is that from where you are in Brunswick?
That's still a ways.
Yeah, it's a hike up there.
Yeah. They're more inland.
Ah.
But they've been around for years, too.
Oh, yeah, I used to record at the old Electroacoustics on Piedmont Street.
You do go back a ways.
79, we recorded Unnatural Acts there. We recorded my own band, Love and Flame, there. We did a lot. Willie Loco cut an album there. It was a lot of fun.
Cool. That's great.
So are you doing any teaching right now?
Yes, a lot.
Is it like one-on-one, or do you have classes?
I'm doing classes that I am doing focus groups on.
Oh, okay.
And I have been for a while. They're small. I keep them small. And I try out the material, make sure that it's working, and get a lot of feedback. And then I do some one-on-one stuff. That just always happens. I'm always open to that. I don't charge for that.
And you were working on an amplifier tonight. What kind of amp were you working on?
It's actually an ESP, and I like to break down and rebuild computers and whatnot. I've got like half a dozen of them around my office that I use. And so I'm always tinkering with these mechanical things. And, I had the inclination to get into the amp and see what I could do with it. It blew a fuse, and changing the fuse didn't help. So I dug a little deeper, and lo and behold, there were some hidden fuses in it. Changing those made all the difference.
Hidden fuses. I wouldn't even know where to look.
Well, it's just something I do on the side, you know.
Peter, is anyone fusing computers with amplifiers? Are there now computers that will do things in the amps that, say, pedals used to do in the old days?
Oh, sure.
I haven't been looking. I haven't really played a lot lately.
Go down to Best Buy. They've got a brand there. I forget the name of it, but it's really nice, really inexpensive, and you can do that kind of thing and much, much more.
I would imagine. Do they have computers that print out the sheet music as you're writing a song in your room?
Sure, there's software that you can get that will do that. Absolutely.
Whole new world. Everything's changed from when you were doing the Knickles and Greenspan. Was that management?
Yeah, we're doing what we call promotional management.
And who were some of the acts back in the day that you worked with?
We did a lot of it directly, but everyone from Neil Schneider to Lembo to Cusack, there was a lot of people that picked up dates here and there.
I haven't seen Neil Schneider in 30 years. Is he still around?
Oh, he's happy and jolly and very much around. He's a great guy.
Noah Love is on my Facebook. He's back in the day, like Neil Schneider. It's fun reconnecting with people on FB anyway. Barry Glofsky, remember Pop Top magazine?
Oh, yeah.
So Barry Glofsky met up with me at the Record Expo, so we videotaped him. He was one of my first guests, Peter, in 1979.
You've been doing the show since 79?
No, I did a year in 79. We did a year of programming in Somerville. And then in 1992, I got the idea to do this. And we were going to call it the Coffee Club or something, and I come up with visual radio. And now we're about 800 or 900 shows later from 1995 to today, which has been 18 years. 18 years solid. But I started in 79.
Wow.
Back in 79, we had Pastiche, Barry Glofsky, the Mission of Burma, the Maps. We had some really fun bands on.
Yeah, you did. I caught some of the shows, a few of them. But,
Well, that was way back when. But here we are today doing this. So do you have any main public access that you go to with your artists?
No. No, not really. I mean, I provide them with some different pacemakers around the country that do shows.
Uh-huh.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. And how about radio up there? I know there's some good college radio up in the Portland area.
There is?
Yeah. There's a couple of stations, I think, in Portland.
Frankly, you know, I've got so much music here, I barely venture out to grab more.
Well, college radio is so different now because what I found at the seminar is the stations that can't get a license for on-air do it on the internet. And the DJs are getting huge followings by using Twitter. So they Twitter that they're going to have a guest, and if the guest is a substantial name, they can have 2,000 people listening, which, you know, is a lot more than we'd hear on MFO radio or BRS back in the day. You know, we were happy if we had 100 listeners. Because of the web, they have thousands, you know?
You could do your own programming. You could do your own promotions on radio. You can book your own tours on radio. It's a whole new day. You know, there's a website called Songdish that is just unbelievable. about the radio business. And there are artists as big as the Doobie Brothers in Chicago that will still go out and do a tour, but they will book it through ST first.
It's called Song Dish.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I'll put it in Bing or Google and find it. Sounds like fun. So what are you doing now for the in the summer? If you before you move back, or if you move back, do you go to the ocean and just chill and write?
I work with a rabbit sanctuary.
Really?
Yeah, have since '96, and we take care of a lot of rabbits.
How many would you estimate?
Oh, we've been up to 170.
So these are rabbits people don't want to own anymore?
Right. They're abused, they're sick. We've had great big buildings with employees. We've had small, we started out small. That's like my other life.
I love it, man. A rabbit sanctuary. That's amazing.
Rabbit sanctuary.
What's the website on it?
There isn't one.
Okay.
There isn't one, and you know what happens? Is the more publicity we get, the more rabbits we get.
Ah.
So we refer people to the Rabbit Tat Sanctuaries, which does all of the PR if we need anything done.
The rabbit what?
We're Rabbit Tat.
C-A-T.
R-A-B-B-I-T-A-T.
Rabbitat. Got it.
Rabbitat.
Like a rabbit habitat.
And on you go, Joe.
Rabbitat. I like it. Well, we're on live, so I have to keep it flowing.
Yeah. Well, we've got 7 million performing musicians out there, Joe. You know that?
In New England?
No, in the United States. The numbers just came out. 7 million. That's just performing. That's a lot of musicians to take care of. And so what I try to do in my organization is to teach people the reality of what happens in terms of how they can make some money. And there's 3 big things, and the first thing is going to amaze you. The biggest thing is sponsorships. Beer and banks kick out $1.28 billion a year for bands. And they do this to a bunch of different organizations, including some showcases. And we put together, through our company, an organization that actually packages them and it takes them and auditions them, and they get gigs doing sponsorships that way. We don't charge for that. We don't charge for anything except admission to the weekend event of the launch.
And let's not talk about that. But that's great. So sponsorship is a key thing these days for bands. John Macy had a quote years and years ago. He said, the people in our audience are becoming the other bands. So basically, the fans of the Boston music scene actually became bands on their own.
That's right.
And,
right.
Peter, I wanted to touch base with you. You've got to come in the studio proper when you're down here in the area.
Okay.
I know the door's open to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, the cell phone's a little difficult, so I want to cut it short tonight. But I wanted to say hi, and I appreciate that you gave us the time.
Okay.
And the Rabbit Sanctuary, man, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, we have rabbits running around. And when I'm writing the seminar, I'm sitting with rabbits at my feet, I guarantee you.
Now you have them in your house, too?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Everywhere.
Do you have any other pets? Dogs, cats?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because I would think it might not mix.
Yeah, we've got opportunity to have reindeer. opportunity to have bears, all kinds of other animals, but we're just taking care of rabbits.
Well, we wish you well with that. Let's stay in touch, man. Thank you so much for being on Visual Radio tonight.
I always enjoy it. I look forward to talking to you, Joe.
All right, Peter. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
That's Peter Knickles. I've talked to him once on the phone in the past couple of months. We hadn't talked to each other in years, and it's Facebook that reconnects you with people. You know, it's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. And how can you find people when they move to Maine, right, if you didn't have the internet? Unless you stay in touch by mail or something, or by phone. But the Rabbit Sanctuary, I had no idea. So